every time you make a decision that goes against your actual values, you erode your sense of self a little more. I said that in a session this past week, and my client, she just stopped because she felt it and it resonated so deeply with her. And if you felt something when I just said it, then let's talk about this a little bit. So I'm going to start off with first what's happening with you neurologically when you betray your own values. I live this and I didn't even realize that this was what was happening, and it's why I teach it. Your brain registers it as a threat, not a physical threat like you're in physical danger, but a moral threat. It's what we call moral injury, and it doesn't just exist in your head. It really lives in your body. Your nervous system starts sending distress signals to you, saying, you might not consciously recognize it as, oh, I just violated my own values, but your body feels it. It can come across as anxiousness, insomnia, that pit in your stomach, the sense that something just doesn't feel right or that something's just off. That's not anxiety disorder. It is your internal alarm system screaming, this isn't aligned with who I am at my core. So here's the insidious part. It just doesn't happen all at once. It's very incremental, and it's why I didn't recognize it. So you say yes when you mean no, just this once, or you tolerate disrespect because you don't want to cause conflict, just this time, or you stay quiet when something violates your boundaries because it's easier than the confrontation, so it feels, just today, just this once. Except it really is never just once. Every single time you choose comfort over alignment with your values, people pleasing over your own integrity, or avoiding conflict over honoring yourself, you're teaching your brain that your values don't matter. And your brain, it actually believes you. It believes what we tell it. It doesn't know the difference. So the next time it's easier to compromise. And then the time after that, you don't even notice that you're doing it anymore. And that really is not personal growth. That is self-abandonment, self-neglect, becoming your default setting. So it becomes these automatic responses that just happen. And then one day you wake up like I did and you don't recognize yourself anymore. You don't know what you actually want because you've spent so long managing everybody else's emotions, wants, and needs. You really can't make healthy decisions because you've lost touch with your internal compass. And I call that your internal moral compass. You feel anxious all the time because you tend to live a life that's fundamentally misaligned with who you actually are. And then you think something's wrong with you. Nothing's wrong with you. You just didn't stay aligned and you forgot that your values are not negotiable. Listen, values need to be strong across the board and they cannot be negotiable. Your core values, the non-negotiables that define who you are, they're not just suggestions that we should follow. They're psychological infrastructure. So when you violate them repeatedly, you don't just feel bad. You actually create what I call, or we call, cognitive dissonance, which is really psychological distress that happens when your actions don't match your beliefs. And then your brain will do anything to resolve that dissonance. So you either change your behavior to match your values, or you change your values to match your behavior. Guess which one most people do? They lower their standards. They rewrite their values to match the compromises that they're making. And this is what ends up happening. You end up losing yourself, sometimes completely, where you don't even recognize yourself. That's what happened to me. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, identify your actual core values, not what you were taught to value. This is super important. Not what looks good on paper, what actually matters to you when no one's watching. Is it honesty? Is it integrity? Is it freedom? Is it loyalty? Is it connection? Is it peace? You need to name them and you need to write them down. You can even Google core values and it'll give you a list of a ton of them. Pick 5 to 10 of them. Number 2, look at your last week. How many decisions did you make that were really aligned with those values? That can be physical, mental, emotional, relational, spiritual. How many were compromises? How many were people pleasing? How many were done in conflict avoidance? I'm not asking you to just judge yourself. I'm asking you to be radically honest with yourself. Step 3, start small. You don't have to burn your whole life down and rebuild it overnight. That's just going to make you frustrated and overwhelmed. Then you're going to stop. But the next time you're about to say yes when you mean no, take a 3-second pause. Literally in your head, count to 3. The next time you're about to tolerate something that violates your boundaries, pause again, literally 3 seconds. The next time you're about to choose comfort over alignment, guess what I'm going to say? Pause. And then ask yourself, is this decision honoring who I actually am or who I think I need to be for someone else? Rebuilding your sense of self after years of repeating these same types of patterns and behavior, it's not fast, it's not easy. It can be messy and hard and up and down. But it really starts with just the decision that's aligned with your actual values. You have to understand your values before you can do any of the other steps. And then another, and then another. And it's not self-help fluff. This is neuroplasticity. It's retraining your brain to recognize that your values really do matter. And then that reflects on that you matter. You cannot build a life that you're proud of on a foundation of self-betrayal. Listen to me. So stop negotiating with yourself. Your values are not up for debate. I can't stress this enough. They're the infrastructure everything else is built on. This is one of the very first things I teach in my courses. Start honoring them. Your nervous system will thank you. You will thank you. Listen, drop a comment if this landed. I want to know what value you've been compromising, because naming it is the first step in reclaiming it. I'm Susie. I'm a licensed clinical therapist. I have been for over 2 decades. I am also the founder and creator of the Susie Method. Hit me up on thesusiemethod.com to connect with me if you have questions or really want to find out what offerings I have. Susie Method, thesusiemethod.com, and I'll see you later.